Welcome everyone to the Avengers podcast, where we talk Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and more. I'm your host Torrin, and with me are our co-hosts Will and Peyton.
Yo.
Hey.
We have a great show for everyone this week. We'll be talking about Multiverse Fatigue and the news of the week. There'll be time codes in the description or in the show notes if you want to jump around. And with that, here's Peyton with the news.
Listen, it's raining right now as we're recording this. I don't know if the mic's going to pick it up, but just in case it is. Yeah, that's the news, right?
The weather report.
Yeah, we got a bunch of news because we were gone for like 2 weeks. So here we go. So if you've heard some of this, just suck it up. The actors are on strike. Wow.
Thank God. Let's fucking go.
I don't know, Will. They're millionaires, so should they really be striking?
If you're an artist, you'd want to starve if you're a real artist.
Exactly.
Here's a joke from Mission Hill. You know, I do want to say, and this might be a spoiler, is anything about He-Man in the show, in the news?
No.
Okay, yeah, because I figured y'all wouldn't give a shit. I don't either, but I did want to point out that, like, Netflix canceled the He-Man show, and I'm hoping that's like a consequence of the strikes, because like I don't know, I'm just, it's just so funny, the fucking studios and producers and their the studios sorry, producers, but the studios' reactions and their comments and what's insiders are saying that they're talking about, and like, it's so funny because like, I'm just really hoping that Hollywood like fucking like they make a bunch of shit. Like they just make a bunch of pure shit and everyone realizes like, oh, fuck. Or that sooner than later they just kind of realize, yeah, like fuck it. We kind of have to give them what they want. And they can easily pay them too. Not to get into like a big rant, but like I think that this total sum of what the writers and the actors are asking for is 420 million. Nice, but 420 million, and that's it's basically a rounding error for them, for these companies. That's like an accounting error. That's nothing. So
yeah, they're being cucks about it.
No, well, it's because they don't want to set the precedent, the leverage that the workers will have over them, the precedent of that sort of like,
yeah,
you know, and it's like, it sucks because obviously the workers, they're creating their capital, they're creating their money, so it's like they do have that power and they're leveraging it, and it's so good to see actors, writers, teamsters in solidarity. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. That's my thoughts on it. Sorry, I'm just so excited about it. I'm very passionate about this shit.
Yeah, you're very excited about people not having money.
I'm excited about
I know, I'm kidding.
Fuck you.
But yeah, it's a good thing. And if you think otherwise, you're a piece of shit. So next up, we have something that Will doesn't care about: Invincible Season 2. The
right.
cast is stacked. The new cast, or the new guest voice stars for Invincible Season 2 include Josh Keaton, Peter Cullen, Chloe Bennett, Tim Robinson, Rhea Seehorn, Tatiana Maslany, Callista Flockhart, Ben Schwartz, Phil Lamar, Jay Farrow, and many more.
Holy shit. Peter Cullen,
yes.
Oh.
And he's just doing Optimus Prime.
He's Eeyore, right?
Yeah.
Too? Oh, I love him. I love Peter Cullen.
Not in the movie, though.
No, yeah, for some fucking reason.
Makes no
they got
sense.
Jim Cummings. Yeah, that pisses me off. They got a new Piglet and stuff. They got whatever.
Yeah,
still top 5 movies.
Person they brought back was Jim Cummings. Fucking crazy. Whatever.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Ahsoka trailer. Ahsoka trailer drop. Looks great. IMO.
Yeah, looks great. I love I know we've seen the mural plenty of times, like at like shows and stuff, but it is so neat that they're basically like canonizing it somehow in the live action
style
space. Yeah, so we're like, so it's like, oh, then yeah, this is basically like the animated version is just like the you know, the like I've always read like Clone Wars and Rebels as like someone telling those stories, or like those stories like being told or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like really interesting and neat to see it, that and stuff. Sabine's hot as fuck, and so is Hera. What the fuck?
People are so mad about Hera.
Why?
Because well, it's the same shit. That's they don't look exactly the same as the cartoon or whatever.
The only thing that I think, the only appearance that I'm iffy on And it's not because I don't even think he looks like Elon, like everyone says. I just wish that Thrawn had his little eyebrow things on his skull. Like, that's it, because it's such an easy thing to do, honestly. They got Cad Bane, so in my opinion, perfect. I know people are anal about that, but they got Cad Bane so perfect. Like, you know, you could just add those to Thrawn, but I'm so excited that we're getting Thrawn.
He's perfectly cast regardless.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's still a win.
Not that Torrin would even know.
Yeah, Torrin's slacking still.
He's never read all 6 books, the canon and the legends, like I have.
Still hasn't seen Mandalorian season 2 or Andor.
Which was really close to finishing production before the strikes. Did you see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Didn't see Andor though. Anyway, we have a shit ton of.
Torrin's like, I don't care.
No, I don't care right now.
We have a shit ton of DC news. This is according to the Hollywood Reporter. Ben Affleck's scene for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, still a shit title, which was meant to replace Michael Keaton's scene, has been cut. James Gunn and Peter Safran removed it to ensure they didn't promise a movie universe that will not come to fruition. So
I can't wait for more people to shit on Gunn. You know what I saw the other day?
Bro, I see it all the time. It's so annoying.
I saw this article. It wasn't even Fandom Wire, which they suck, by the way. It was like, oh God, I need to stay the fuck off Facebook. They said like Gunn's Flash utter failure, like why Gunn's Flash was like it's like what, who, that is not James Gunn's fucking movie at all. Like it's not his movie. Fuck. Whatever.
But yeah, Snyder fanboys are like pissed. Oh, Ben Affleck or whatever. But like, this is the right decision. You don't want to. It's the reason why Henry Cavill wasn't in The Flash. It's like they don't want to be like, hey, like Black Adam, like, oh look, he's back, but he's not.
I love how like every single time Gunn clarifies the new universe starts with Superman. A month or two later, everyone's like, Blue Beetle's the start. Flash is the start. Aquaman is involved, and like every time he has to come out and say, please shut the fuck up. It's not real, like stop. Like, it's
like how like twice a year it like goes reviral that current Groot is original Groot's like son, and they're like, that's not original Groot. It's like he said that 15,000 times.
That's awesome. That's my favorite news that's broken. Like, yeah, you're right. Like every other year. Oh my God.
I know we're losers that are like so connected to this stuff, but when they say it like so often,
it's just funny. It's like, yeah, it's like ultimately you're right. Like it is pedantic to like, you know, but they're also, it's just so silly. I just think it's really funny, you know?
Yeah. But also removing Affleck, it just makes sense with the canon that the Flash set. Technically, it's the Clooneyverse.
Also, we don't want Affleck to be brought down by that shit movie.
Oh God,
we're already getting Black. We're already having my second favorite DC villain, Black Manta, get fucking shafted in that movie. You know that he's not going to be good. Actually, he's like third favorite. But yeah, I love Black Manta. No one understands my Pookie Bear like I do.
Oh.
And that was supposed to be his movie, and we're never going to get him again.
Pookie Bear is crazy.
He's my Pookie.
This is according to the Hollywood Reporter.
I'm not done. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Anthony Carrigan, who's in The Flash, Gotham, and most recently Barry, has been cast as Metamorpho in Superman Legacy.
Let's go.
Huge W.
Yes.
Casting is just crazy. I love how everyone's like, I know he basically blasted all the casting announcements in anticipation for the deadline of the SAG-AFTRA shit, but like it's so great that we got it. And I love how everyone still insists. I will literally be the James Gunn dick writer till the end. I'm sorry. I know I'm being a dick writer, but like fuck, like everyone is like shitting on Gunn, and then he comes out and like every time he opens his mouth, it's like the coolest thing you've ever heard, or like the coolest announcements you've ever fucking heard. And it's like, oh my God, Nathan Fillion, like, yeah, of course we want him as Hal, but like Guy Gardner's perfect.
And like let's be honest, he's just too old now to be the main Hal. I mean, they
even
could go
then,
in a different direction. I mean, he's clearly going in a different direction, but like, it's fine.
even then, like Guy Gardner is like, I've always in my fan cast for like Transformers, I've always cast Nathan Fillion as Sentinel Prime. Sentinel Prime is basically Guy Gardner. Like, they're basically the same guy. Nathan's so good at playing that, like, an asshole like that.
Yeah, I think people are so used to seeing him in like The Rookie and shit like that, where he's like nice guy Nathan Fillion. But yeah, he can definitely play a dick. He was kind of a dick in Guardians 3.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's just gonna. He was a dick in Guardians 3.
That just came out.
I love him. Yeah. Yeah, my friend was like, dude, he can't play a dick. I'm like, dude, watch Guardians 3. And he's like, fuck off.
This is according to Vanity Fair. Isabella Merced, who plays the live action Dora, has been cast as Hawk Girl in Superman Legacy. Edie Gathegi, who's bro in the First Class, guy who can't die but dies anyway, has been cast.
Darwin.
Yeah, has been cast as Mr. Terrific in Superman Legacy, and of course, as we talked about, Nathan Fillion is Guy Gardner.
Isabella Merced is so fine. Holy fuck. She is so hot.
Yeah, Dora? Crazy.
Dude, she's 22 years old. Shut the fuck up. She is so hot. She's, oh my God. If you're listening, I'm tall. I have a mustache. I have wide shoulders.
She just exited off the video. And
no, she did not. No, she exited off so she could get the hell on Instagram and find me. And she's like, oh, he's right. He's right. I'm single. And if you look like Isabella Merced, you can let me know.
Bro's down bad.
I am, dude. My applications are open, dude. I'm taking applications right
Bro's
now.
Down horrendous.
Beyond down tremendously, bro.
Oh my God.
I also need you feet applications as well. If we're gonna continue.
Good God. This cast is fucking crazy.
Yes,
not only
dude.
is the casting choices itself, bro. We're getting Hot Girl and Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, I know.
Like last time we saw Mr. Terrific was an Arrow,
dude,
who, in my opinion, was not very good.
We're getting DCAU level quality shit. Like, literally. I know we are. I'm so excited. Oh my God. Whew. Perfect casting.
Absolutely incredible.
Jeez,
and people
so
are like holding
right
out hope, like, oh, is Bro gonna come back as Hawkman or whatever? And probably not, my guy. It's probably not.
I know, dude. Shut up, please. Just let him like do his thing. Even if he is like you know, even if he does keep some characters, it's fine. Just like fucking trust him, you know?
Yeah, people are like, he's so selfish that he's bringing like his characters in, but like leaving out the other characters. I'm like, is it though? Because like
it would be different if they were bad.
Yeah,
also.
If we're being brutally honest, his are the only ones that worked.
like yeah, it's like
except Birds of Prey.
Yeah, Birds of Prey was great, underrated. But like even then, like Harley's a carryover, you know?
Yeah.
So if Margot stays as Harley, that would be fucking.
Which she will.
Yeah, because that Gunn said routinely that she's his favorite person to work with, and Harley is his favorite DC character, like straight up. So, yeah, I'm so excited to just get
View Peak.
Yes, peak incoming. Y'all seen My Adventures with Superman? It's really good.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it towards the end.
Fuck yeah. Okay, cool.
You've been watching it?
I've seen the first 2 episodes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it is fire so far.
A Black Panther action-adventure game is in the early works. EA's new studio Cliffhanger Games is developing it.
I ain't got nothing to say about that. I'm just waiting.
It's EA, though. You love EA.
Oh, yes, we do.
No.
Mario loves Madden.
True. But yeah, but people are like freaking out because it's like it's EA, but like it's their new studio Cliffhanger. It's like Respawn making the Jedi games.
If it's bad, we still have Amy Hennig's game with Black Panther in it and Captain America. So it's T'Chaka, but like we're fine.
Yeah, we're good.
Or like I think that I am. Is the Iron Man one? That one's Ubisoft, right? Or is that EA too? No, Ubisoft is doing Star Wars Outlaws. They've been doing they announced an open world Iron Man game like a while ago.
They did? Oh, wait, they did?
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, and it's like the only guaranteed like bangers that we have right now, honestly, in my opinion, are Wolverine
Hell yeah.
And Spider-Man 2. But like Wolverine is just that I've never been
whatever
I'm so
Amy
excited.
Hennig's game is gonna be.
Yeah, that's gonna be
like,
great too. I'm sure if anything, at least the story will be really good.
True, yeah.
I think like because I have yet to see
gameplay.
What else? But yeah, like I'm so confident because it's Amy Hennig, and she's like, you know, like an aunt to me. So.
But yeah, so this is according to the Hollywood Reporter. This is probably going to be the only time I talk about this kind of news because it could go into spoiler territory. But Ryan Reynolds came out and talked about it and stuff like that. So Jennifer Garner will return as Elektra in Deadpool 3.
Yeah, hopefully we get Affleck's Daredevil too, but I can't wait.
Hopefully. He was seen on set, could have been visiting, but also it's his ex-wife, so that'd be awkward.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Who knows? Hopefully, though, that'd be awesome. Fucking hate that version of Daredevil. But, you know, it's
This
times like
suit's
these where we
fun.
can redeem ourselves, huh?
I think the movie's. I remember loving it as a kid, and I think the movie's fun. It's like a new metal cringe fun, you know, like that's like a vibe. I love the music. I love the soundtrack.
Everyone loves the
unironically.
soundtrack.
Well, yeah, but like the part where like Bullseye is like, where they're on the street. I don't know if it's like a limousine he flips over or flips out of, or like it's a motorcycle, and he's like staring at Daredevil, and they're like playing this like screaming music behind it, like this new metal, and it's like, oh fuck, that's just fire.
Ben Affleck sucks. We also got our first look at Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine.
Fire.
Incredible.
Fire.
It's somehow, the suit's somehow like better than what I imagined, like based on the cutscene from The Wolverine.
Yeah, I was hearing that it was going to be black and yellow, and I wasn't vibing with that. I'm glad they did blue. I think again, and this is a very lukewarm take. This is like a cold take. But like, yeah, I would obviously prefer it if they didn't have the sleeves, but also he's old, and he said he doesn't want to get buff anymore, and there's like, he's gonna look super skinny if they were sleeveless.
Yeah, like there's gym pics, but he's more shredded than he is jacked.
Yes, he's not big. He's shredded, but it wouldn't translate well. I think like also, I do think though, not having sleeves does break it up better. I think
Sure.
from an actual design perspective, it looks better without the sleeves, in my opinion. But
There's no
it
way
looks
they
amazing.
didn't test it without the sleeves.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure they did.
They definitely
Also,
tested with and without the sleeves, and they're like, yeah, with the sleeves is better.
I am hoping we still get a mask.
Oh, we're definitely getting a mask. There's no fucking way.
I think like again, like, you know, if they didn't do it, I'd understand because they want to show Hugh's face and stuff. But like, I just want. I think my biggest want is I want him in his mask in the yellow suit, but in a super bloody berserker scene where like that's this white boy's Black Panther. That's my Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer is Black Panther for right wingers, right? And Barbie's Black Panther for women.
You said for right wingers. What did you say?
Yeah, for conservatives.
No, that's Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yes. Zack Snyder's Justice League is yeah, and Ant-Man is Black Panther for fucking morons. Ant-Man 3, I mean, I'm just kidding. Actually, I do want to say, I respect y'all's opinion. I rewatched it again, trying to like it so hard. I think it's my least favorite Marvel movie of all time, ever. I hate it. I can't. That was such a fucking tangent. Thank you guys for waiting that out. I love you both. You're like putting up with my mental illness.
Still haven't gotten tested yet.
Oh yeah, no. I have diagnosis. That's not. I'm not actively looking for an autism diagnosis though.
Exactly.
I want to be able to like adopt in the future.
Like I have a diagnosis. Torrin needs to be tested.
I have an ADHD diagnosis.
Torrin has Tourette's.
That is untrue.
Torrin has Tourette's.
I don't know. That's what your mom said.
Yeah, that's what my mom thinks.
His mom thinks he has Tourette's.
Wow. What's her basis for that?
I don't know. She just says things.
It's because you got the vaccine. You got Tourette's and autism.
But we got what was it just yesterday?
Is that staying in?
Yeah.
Is that staying in? Okay, good.
We got the story trailer for Spider-Man 2.
Fire. Venom looks insane.
Incredible.
Also, Wraith.
Crazy.
Can't wait to see Wraith.
Wraith is gonna be crazy.
She's gonna be so cool. She's literally in fire. She's gonna be so fire.
That shot where like MJ is hiding from Peter.
Yes. Oh God, I cannot fucking wait. Oh.
It's gonna be so fucking good, bro. It's gonna be so good. I don't like Harry.
No, you're wrong.
His face looks so untextured.
Yeah, he noticeably looks like, it looks like they took a PS4 model and put it just into the second game.
I think yeah. I think that I do like it though. I like the way he looks. I mean,
he's fine,
sure, whatever, but it's like it's just, you know, and to be honest, like Spider-Man, like Miles Morales was not the best looking game when it came out either. You know, it's like that's not what I'm expecting. I'm expecting like standard fidelity. I just want really good gameplay and a really good story. Like that's what I give a shit about. Yeah,
we'll say
number one.
I don't love Miles' new haircut, but it's grown on me since. It grew on me pretty quick. You're right.
It's cool. Yeah, I know, but I like anything that people do.
Torn is the darkest one here. What do you think?
What for
Miles' hair?
I mean, it's all right. I ain't never seen a comb over dreaded look. It's kind of weird.
You haven't? They put that in like Fortnite.
It's like in everything but a real human.
Yeah, it is in a lot of stuff. But I saw like IGN, like they were talking like, oh, it used to be like there was no in between. It used to either be bald or afro for black representation in video games. So, but I'm also white, so I have no fucking skin in the game. No pun intended. Sorry, that was literally not intended.
I think I got the first time I saw the hair, I was a little bit. It was a little jarring because I'm so used to the regular his hair
fade
before. But I've gotten used to it, and to be honest, the new hair really accentuates his exaggerated swagger. So I think in the long run, I think it's a positive.
You took the words right out of my white mouth.
Yeah.
I think that I will say though, I don't like the updated suits.
Really? I will say I'm not a huge fan of Miles.
Yes.
I kind of feel the same way as I felt during Across the Spider-Verse. I don't know, something about their first suits I really like.
I don't even like. I'm not a big fan of Miles's. I think it's great for the story. I just think aesthetically, I'm not a. Yeah, I'm just being. This is racially motivated. No, but like for me, like, as someone who has been reading Miles since like 2012, like following it religiously because I really liked it. And then Into the Spider-Verse. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm not a huge fan of the spray paint and like cobweb aesthetic of Into the Spider-Verse's Miles suit. I think the best Miles suit that we have that isn't in the comics is in Miles Morales, the video game. I think that the way they updated it, I don't like the red stripes down the arms. I think that's like a little too much. I also think that on Peter's suit, I think that they nailed it the first time. The design was broken up enough. The red and the blue, and although the red color was a little off, it was a little orange in game, or like salmon colored. I think that the design language of the suit was very good. The red, white, and blue were on all the right places, and black wherever it needed to be. And then now it kind of feels like they went a little like, it's like subtle, but it's also enough that it kind of makes it too busy for me now. So it's like, it feels like not even like a half measure, like a quarter measure to update the suit, but even so, it's just a little too much for me. But I'm just being an art nerd about it. I'm still super excited.
I actually disagree. I actually prefer this new one. I'm not a fan of the PS4 one at all.
Really?
I don't like it.
Whoa, really?
I don't like it. Like you said, the color's off, but that's, it's whatever. But like a lot of the issues I had, I think they fixed. My only problem is in this new one, there's no belt. That I don't love, but there's like there's more. Yeah, it doesn't like wrap around the red.
Oh yes. Yeah, I see
I
it.
don't love that.
That's a little weird, and I don't like the white accents.
See, I
either.
do like the white accents because I think it makes the white logo make more sense than it just slapping a white logo on it. I still don't love the white logo. I know that's probably an unpopular opinion now. Everyone shit on it when it first got revealed, but like it's growing on everybody.
I loved it when it was first revealed. I was like, wow, we got a new Spider-Man suit that doesn't suck. I think that it was the perfect, to me, it was this giant white logo and it bled through the blue enough, and when his arms were at his side, you had the little gauntlets, and then you had him at his heels and his eyes tied them together. So you get these like 5 points. It's like a star. But then like, I don't know. I just think that the colors are better on the new suit. The eyes are better on the new suit. I'm
still not in love with this news. I do think the new suit is an upgrade in my opinion, but honestly, whenever I get the game, I'm just gonna change the suit as soon as I can.
I also am not a fan of the white mechanical arms. I know that's like a big thing for a lot of people. I think that like I liked it as a suit upgrade, and I think it will make sense in story that he like obviously got it from Otto. It was like a carryover from his mentor. But like I just
Dr. Octopus Jr.
Well, no, I think obviously it would look great if they put a superior skin in the game, which they better fucking do that. And if they don't, then they're awful. That's 2 games in a row where there's no excuse to not put the best suit in the game. But I don't know, like the hot toy, the images for that with the white arms, it's just a lot. It's just like a lot for me. It's like, I think that the simplicity of the classic red and blue Spider-Man suit is so iconic for a reason.
I don't really have a problem with the arms because, I don't not have a problem with it necessarily. I don't really have an opinion because I don't really like arms in general. I just like Spider-Man the way he is. But yeah, still, shit's gonna be peak. That shit's gonna be so fucking good.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be so fun exploring like Miles' new powers. All the animations would look fucking crazy. But
I already complained to y'all about the pre-order bonus skins, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I
think that was on the podcast. Yeah. We got the trailer for the Marvels, a second trailer for the Marvels, and I don't give a fuck what anyone says. This shit looks great. It looks like a blast. I'm having a great time. I'm just smiling watching the trailer and shit.
Okay, Quantumania, enjoy it.
Hell yeah. And ultimately, like unlike Quantumania, visually this looks gorgeous. So if I had to complain about one thing about Quantumania, it is a little ugly.
It looks fine. I'm just not excited about Marvel movies right now, which is weird.
Oh, you're one of them right now.
No, dude. I can't help it. I
love
Marvel. I love Marvel.
What a DC shill.
I love Marvel. Oh yeah, I'm a DC shill. I love Marvel. I do, and I still watch everything as it comes out. But like, I just I don't know. I think the last thing Marvel did that I was like super excited for is like Guardians 3. That's kind of.
I definitely. I can understand your point from an extent. Like for me, like the Marvels, I ain't that excited about it, but I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah, same here. I will check it out.
Secret Invasion. I wasn't like too excited for it, but like I was excited to see like what they were going to do with it, and that's how I am right now.
Yeah, I love Nick Fury, so it's like I'm I think I'm on episode 1 still. I'm trying so hard to get through it. But I will finish it. I just like I will check it out. It's not like, and I'm not gonna enter it with a negative view. I'm gonna enter it, if not neutral, wanting to enjoy it. So it's like, why the fuck would I want to hate a movie? I don't know.
People are weird.
Too much negativity. Don't need it in my life. I'm already such a grumpy old fuck. I love that I'm like the grumpy one of the podcast. That's insane. I feel like I'm like a dick writer to everyone else I talk to, but here it's like Here it's like, oh, it's Will.
We're the dick writers.
I'm a dick writer too.
You're not writing as hard.
I'm not writing as hard with it and with as much technique as you were, Torin.
Yeah.
I'm not using my hips like y'all are.
We're experienced. Whatever. This is the last piece of news, and it sort of semi ties into the topic.
It's not. I have news too.
No, you don't.
I do.
What is it?
Sonic Prime Season 2 is out.
Oh my!
Please watch.
Don't watch that.
Please
Don't
watch. It's
shit.
not great.
Sonic's ass.
Just watch it, dude. Just shut the fuck up and watch.
Terrible show.
Also, What We Do in the Shadows new season is out, and it's great so far.
I can't get into that show.
It's so
I
fucking
love the
funny.
movie. I don't know what it is.
I like the show more than the movie. If you just give it the first season, just watch the whole first season.
Oh.
If you're not hooked, it's not for you.
Can I skip the first season?
No, the first season is great. I promise. Like just watch it. Okay. It's more like if you're expecting the movie, you're not gonna get it. But I now am at a point where I like the new characters up from the show more than I like the movie, which I wasn't expecting to happen. I was like, oh, they're doing a spin-off show, blah. But
I like Mark Hamill. I know he's not there that much, but
I like him too. Sorry.
Anyway, last piece of news. Disney CEO Bob Iger. Everyone know Bob Iger? Everyone excited about Bob Iger?
You're gonna say probably this piece of shit at Sunny Valley. Is that what you're talking about?
No. Disney CEO Bob Iger says they're pulling back on making Marvel content, saying, quote, it had not been in the television business at any significant level, and not only did they increase their movie output, but they ended up making a number of TV series, said Iger. Frankly, it diluted focus and attention. He's
right, but I still hate him.
yeah.
Like
he's out of line, but he's right.
Yeah. Like I love how he said like the most like normal take of all time, and then like last week said like the most vehemently disgusting thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And like the most ironic place possible.
Yeah.
Dude, from his billionaire camp. Yeah, no. But yeah, no, that take is valid. It's like he's so right. You know, even if you enjoy those shows, which I do too, it's like you kind of have to admit there is
diluted focus
quality.
and attention from casuals.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I get it. It's like one of my I was really excited, or I am really excited because they're still happening. I was really excited for the TV series, and I still am. But yeah, he's right. There are too many. The exciting and the advantage of doing the shows is that you can't introduce characters like Miss Marvel or Moon Knight or whatever without giving them their own full film. And I see the series for casuals as like, this isn't necessary viewing, but you should still watch it.
and no matter how much, I know the plan was to make it so that it was necessary viewing, but I think if you're gonna do that, don't do so many. And also though, I think that no matter how much you try and force it, shows are a commitment for people. A lot of people, I think a show is just you know, there's more distractions in your house. There's other things at the touch of your your fingers that you can watch at any given time to get bored. It has to be so good to keep your attention and to make you think that it's necessary to watch. I don't think that we can really like force that, you know. So I think that Netflix's model is the way to go, but keep it canon and still obviously make them important in movies, but don't alienate casual audiences. I think that's the way to go. And it's obviously easier said than done. Like, I think the Netflix also, the rate of which we were getting the shows felt a lot more appropriate too.
It's like from like a business standpoint, the week to week release is just it's unmatched. It is. When you just keep the conversation going week to week, it just it and usually it builds and builds. Especially that WandaVision area was crazy.
Yeah. Well, that was also our first like after a drought too, you know.
Yeah.
I think WandaVision was like majorly hype as it was coming out.
Yeah.
But
like the week to week model just makes sense. But from a consumer standpoint, especially with the way they've been formatting these shows, a binge Netflix model is just the way to go. I think there's only a couple of these MCU shows that I think made sense week to week, like WandaVision, but a majority of them would they would benefit so much more from a binge model.
I think even if I think if you're unwilling to do that, also just space the shows out more. That's the other thing.
Yeah, which is what Bob Iger's saying.
Yeah, he's right, because it's like when you have the week to week, it probably wouldn't feel like everything is so much closer together. If it was all binge release, but even then it's still kind of a lot. Yeah,
because remember there was that time in 2021, the year WandaVision was coming out. It was supposed to, or the original plan before some stuff got shifted around and delayed, it was literally every week there was something coming out. It was a show was coming out, then I think technically there was a week break, but the week break was actually like the making of, and then the week after was a movie, and then a show, and then a making of, and then a
Star
movie.
Wars. It would go Marvel, Star Wars, and I remember. Yeah. Well, there was a time where we were getting that, where it was like WandaVision, Clone Wars season 7.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm like excluding Star Wars in this scenario.
I think that the only reason I'm including it is because I think that
I get it, because like for us there is that overlap, but like for like MCU is like the biggest thing in the fucking world, and let's be like, no one watched Andor as much as people should have, Torrin, but it's the amount of series. Like I think what would be best. In 2021, if I'm going to defend Marvel Studios, a lot of this, there was like supposed to be like 2 shows that came out and 2 or 3 movies that were supposed to come out in 2020, but then everything got shifted and everything kind of just got smashed into 2021. But regardless of that, like I think a good way to do it, number one, they should, like Torn and I have been preaching since this podcast fucking started, they need to get rid of the 6 episode shit. It's so fucking annoying. And so not only will it just benefit the shows in general, just give them more time to tell their usually ambitious stories. It allows, if they're gonna keep doing the week to week thing, it'll give them more time to pad the year out, whatever. And I think because they love to do the 3 movies a year thing, which has been working with them for years, I don't think they should necessarily change that. But I think like 3 movies a year and like 2 shows.
Yeah,
I was 2 max.
Because then movie beginning of the year, and then spring there's a show, summer there's a movie, fall there's a show, and then winter there's a movie.
I still think though, like I think 3 movies is fine, and maybe 1 a year. That way we get a season break at least. Because I think like I remember. I mean, I guess we had like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. running concurrently with the fucking Netflix stuff as it was dropping, and like,
bro,
it's ass. It's fucking terrible. But like,
don't tell Reddit that.
When you're, oh god, Reddit loves Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, they love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., bro.
Well, they're fucking Reddit. They're
so does Twitter.
Moronic.
You'll find them everywhere.
They're like scrolls. But
my dad,
fucking. Like, okay, my point is, what I'm trying to get at is, like, I'm wrong or misremembering. It felt like we got a Netflix show a year, and like because I wasn't watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, it was kind of like, because it usually like it was Daredevil and Jessica Jones, and like the year after would be Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
Oh, okay, then that isn't bad. It's not bad then. I think also like just dump them. Maybe don't do the week to week.
Like they're doing with Echo.
Yeah. Hey, you'll see what Blue Beetle's projected to make.
Not much. Isn't like 12 to 17?
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's still gonna be pretty good though.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
I'm still not.
I'm gonna be there day 1, bro. For real.
I know.
It's like I'm excited, but I just seeing the trailers, I just can't shake the this is a streaming movie vibe.
I like it's always like that's how I feel, and then like boom, the last part of the trailer where like everything's dark and red and it feels like Homecoming all of a sudden. The third act of Homecoming, it's like whoa, and then it's like Then it's like, oh, George Lopez. Never mind.
And it feels a little lame, but then there's a couple of the action sequences in the trailer. Like when he flips that guy and kicks him into the wall.
Kicks him? Oh, dude. I'm like, that's like Civil War. That was like Civil War opening level, like such engaging action. Like fuck. Like I need to see that. It looks so like angry. I love that.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not something you expect. But yeah, and then again, like George Lopez. He drops like the biggest, most truth bomb thing anyone's ever said in that first trailer, and then everyone got mad at it. But like, it also sucks to me because it came from George Lopez. like, why did you give that line to George fucking Lopez, dude? Like, please. This Batman's a fascist. He's right.
But yeah, technically that's the news of the week. But it sort of does lead into our topic a bit, which is multiverse fatigue.
They got so much to say, brothers and sisters, and NBs watching. There's so much to say.
I'm
gonna shit on this.
Oh God. Go on.
I will start by saying, I think the multiverse has such amazing potential, and it's been done well so many times. I think there's even recent examples like Spider-Verse is an incredible way to do a multiverse.
The Flash, probably perfection incarnate.
Okay. All right. So you completely now people are gonna think you're being serious. Listen.
I am being serious.
Okay, fuck you. Listen. I think that the way to do, in my opinion, the biggest multiverse movie surprise, the one that shouldn't have worked but worked, was No Way Home, and that's because of the way that it seemed like it would be this like huge giant messy nostalgia fest, but like it was all is supportive of Tom Holland's Peter's arc.
It could have so easily devolved into Toby and Andrew's here. Look, they're fighting.
On paper, it seemed like the worst fucking idea of all time. I think it's a miracle that movie even was coherent.
Well, yeah, because I remember when like the rumors were coming out, like, "Ooh, Toby and Andrew's gonna be in this." I'm like, really? Is it?
And Green Goblin.
Yeah, like I feel like that's way too soon. But they pulled it off.
Yeah, and it felt like I think that movie's phenomenal. But then you have I just think the multiverse fatigue for me. I know that a lot of us have different opinions in movies like Multiverse of Madness and movies like The Flash, the movies like that. I think for me, the fatigue comes from, in the MCU at least, a lack of consistency in the way that it works and operates, and a lack of direction, in my opinion. And also, I think that it's basically just largely being used as like a fucking member-berry device, where it's like, oh shit, like look, I remember this, I love this, it's cool. And while those moments are great, they don't substantiate anything. It's not like you can't just bank on that for your stories forever. And you know, when you have such refreshing things like Spider-Verse, where like, sure, they're like yeah, we see 2099 in the comics and the games, like we see Ben Reilly in the comics, but there's still ultimately new, different versions of these characters. They're not really pandering or like doing like nostalgia stuff. And whatever cameos we do get, they're done very quick, very tastefully, and like they don't get in the way of the story. They don't break the pace. They're not ultimately distracting from like the stories of the main characters, and it doesn't default on those cameos. And I think when unless it's like a meta story like Teen Titans Go to the Movies, which I think is a great multiverse movie, like fuck off anyone else who's gonna at me about that. I think, yeah, I don't know, man. Like and like Sonic Prime's doing it okay, but there's just so much. There's so much, and I definitely am getting tired of it, because I think that there's so much potential. It is being tapped in places like Spider-Verse. And like No Way Home, I think, is the exception and shouldn't be the precedent. I think it became the precedent, and it shouldn't have been. It was the exception, in my opinion, because it shouldn't have worked, but it did. And I think people learned the wrong lessons from it.
Yeah, in my opinion, when it comes to multiverse fatigue, obviously something everyone's talking about. Ooh, multiverse, I'm getting tired of it. Personally, look, I'm very much, I feel like people could call me like a Marvel show or whatever, but I think I'm just a superhero show. Just in general, I'll watch everything and have a good time, man.
Superheroes are awesome, though.
I love this shit, man. This is why I have a podcast about all of this. But like for me, I don't feel fatigued by this because to me, like, yeah, they're using multiverse stuff, but the multiverse thing to me, it's just a device
or like a flavor.
Yeah, I guess, but like I sort of subscribe to like the way James Gunn explained, like, or not explained, but like saying how like superhero fatigue isn't real. I feel like it's the same thing with multiverse fatigue. It's like, I think multiverse movies are fine. It's just the fatigue people are having is just with bad movies. And those bad movies, like a considerable amount of them, have to do with the multiverse, which is annoying. But I feel like it's like that studio's just being stupid and not understanding how to capitalize on audiences' nostalgia and shit.
I do think it is also important, because I agree with that 100%. But I don't think that you can remove the aspect from the element from the conversation that, like, because I guess people are kind of getting slapped left and right. There's definitely a saturation of it, which isn't bad in and of itself. It's bad whenever the movies are bad. But like when you see X amount of bad multiverse movies, and then you see a fraction of those are really good. When like more and more bad comes out, it's kind of like it's harder to get at least excited for the new stuff, even if it is good. Before you see it, you can't I do think that it impacts sort of the hype and engagement. It's like, so it's harder for new projects to be hyped for when the last like 5 or whatever, maybe not in a row, multiverse movies were like not great.
Sure. But I think in the case of when it's something like The Flash, I feel like that's not multiverse fatigue.
That's Ezra Miller. That's Ezra Miller.
I think it's a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I think a good chunk of it is the bad faith with the DCEU with general audiences. People are like, oh, it's Ezra Miller, not necessarily the Ezra Miller the criminal. It's Ezra Miller, the guy from those really bad DC movies. It's this version of the Flash. I don't want to see this. Where's Grant Gustin?
Dude, for me, like my dad, he doesn't really know a lot about superhero movies, but he knew about Flash because he followed the news that was coming about Ezra, and he was like, I don't care what it is, I've never seen that movie.
See,
I hate Ezra Miller.
My dad, he's not a huge fan of the Flash. He liked the first couple seasons of the Flash because he watched it with me. But like as a character, he's like, oh, whatever. He really wanted to see the Flash. Why? Because of Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, he would not care at all. So like, and also like he's seen all the DCEU movies, but for him they're very forgettable. And so he was like, what about the other Flash? Like in regards to like Grant Gustin, I was like, no, it's not. No, that's not what this is. But like, yeah, it's just. The interest just isn't there for something, unfortunately and unfortunately, for the Flash. But I don't think that's necessarily a multiverse thing, because and if we go back, like, okay, we just got Spider-Verse, so there's that, and everyone loves Spider-Verse. And then just the year prior, we had Everything Everywhere All at Once and Multiverse of Madness, which was mixed but generally positive.
Yeah, it was mixed because like I felt bad for Multiverse of Madness because like it came out like literally when Everything Everywhere All at Once was like on top, so like that kind of like got shafted, and like shit on because of like, oh, it's a multiverse movie. This one's ass. Everything Everywhere All at Once is better.
It's like Everything Everywhere All at Once came out, and then it was like, this movie's so there's nothing can top this. And Multiverse of Madness comes out soon. It's like, well, it's not going to be as good as Everything Everywhere.
It's funny for me because like I love the multiverse aspect of that movie. I just hate the other stuff, the very specific things in that movie. But I never had a problem with the way they did the multiverse. I honestly thought Multiverse of Madness, like if you're doing a fun multiverse movie, that's probably the most solid way to do it. If you're not really doing like the most intense storytelling, it was still really fun and engaging.
I think a cool way to do a multiverse, sort of like a fun multiverse film. I think Multiverse of Madness is a great example. But I think if you have a bunch of like crashing orbs, and you show just like little clip shows of like dead people, I think.
What is that in reference to? I'm missing this joke.
The Flash.
Oh yeah. No, dude.
And like niche references to super niche things that only will understand. Like I think that's the best way to go about it.
I just think that like I love that. I wanted to be so excited for Nick Cage, and then like I saw that it was worse than the Black Panther final fight in CGI.
So
that was
bad.
They had the fucking nerve to zoom in on his face, and it wasn't even like a CGI costume on like a real actor, which would have been fine.
You could have just got Nicolas Cage in. He's alive and well.
They zoomed in on his. They CGI'd his face and they zoomed in on it. They were confident. They lingered. They're like, this is Nick Cage, guys.
And dude, like,
fuck you.
I was telling Peyton, like, I was like, after like the movie came out and it's already like on DVD or whatever, like, the movie just looks bad.
It's
and
so
I had
ugly.
The biggest fucking rose tinted glasses, ever. After watching that movie,
you got like, because everyone is sort of like.
Gave it a fucking 9 and everything.
Gave it a 9.5.
I remember that. I didn't want to shit on. I didn't want to shit on Flash because I know we haven't talked about it. I didn't want to shit on it in front of you because I know you loved it.
And then of course like there's a clip on Twitter where like fucking Barry like vibrates his hand through the Kryptonian guy, and I'm like, dude, like why does his suit why does he look like this? It looks very bad.
I think you got caught up in seeing it early.
Yeah,
having a good time with friends.
It was supposed to look like that. Andy Muschietti said so.
Oh yeah, he's just seeing it through like a Speed Force world. It's all like supposed to be like Water World.
It's supposed to look like shit, guys.
Yeah. Like the one thing I did like about that Speed Force in that movie was that like it looks like it was different because he's like by himself.
Speed Force looked good.
And the Speed Force looked good because he's by himself. He's like in this like little orb, and like how everything's presented is kind of like a coliseum.
I like the warp's lenses too. I think that's a fine thing. What I don't like is like the literally unfinished work. Like I just don't like clearly this isn't up to snuff, especially because like and obviously there's a room, and not to get like super deep about it, a movie can advertise itself as being that and like run on the premise of that, and it's fine. Like a movie doesn't have to be fucking perfect looking, but like it's basically like a AAA video game coming out and like being broken and glitchy. It's the same shit, right? It's like the Flash, there's a precedent that's been set, and whether it's fair or not, I think it's fair. I think that it's at the very least, it's fine to criticize it for it, and I do think it's weird that Andy's like, it's supposed to look like that. I also think that I don't know what y'all said about it. I don't think we talked about Flash. The Ben Affleck action scene where he's chasing down.
No, dude, that was bad too.
I hated it. Yeah, people are like, "This is fire." People, and I know something happened yesterday where people are like, "Oh, Andy's not doing Flash or Batman anymore," but he still is. Apparently, that was like never confirmed. Yeah, so like, but like, I remember people were like, "Dude, if like this is his like whatever happens, this scene was legendary when he was chasing down these people," and I'm like,
no, dude, that
shit.
That shit looks fucking ass.
I liked it.
I liked it. I liked the gliding. I liked the way the gliding looked.
Like, dude, no.
When he shot out, that looked good.
I just can't get behind like CGI Batfleck and like how like his face looks all fucking grumpy.
I
like,
just
the whole
fucking
time.
hate.
See, that's
okay.
like Torn and I, because we did the Flash episode. Torn and I were talking about that. I don't see the CGI.
No, dude, I fucking see it, bro.
I don't see
No,
it.
it is CGI. It's all airbrushed over. Like that's what I see. I also
like, dude,
Maybe I gotta watch it on the small screen because I've only seen it once.
You could just tell like the first like scene where he's in there, like his fucking mouth is like drooping. And it looks bad.
Wait, here's the thing. Because they had an actor in the full suit too, I think that what it was is like because the rest of the CGI around him looked so bad and he looked like normal, like a normal person, he'd stick out like a sore thumb. They just had to in post airbrush all over him to make him match and fit with the world, because it looks like shit. Like, because like then it would be so noticeable. But like I think it's one of those things where it's kind of like they made their bed and they had to lie in it. But like also I have a fundamental issue with like I just hate his armor over top the suit. I hate that it has holes in it. Like, why does he have these weird random like metal like in this metal chest plate holes over his ribs? It looks so like ugly. Like what is like I just. The armored look is fine. Like we saw the tactical suit in Justice League and I didn't like it at first, but it kind of grew on me. Maybe not the goggles, but whatever. But like then this, and I love the blue. I love the color palette, I guess. But whenever it's like it's fine. But then in the lighting of the movie, in the context of the film, like all of a sudden it looks like muddy shit. Like there's no contrast. Everything's just fucking like slung together. Like and I feel bad for the VFX artists because like it's not their fucking fault. Yeah. It's just like God, like I would hate having worked on that movie because like I could not be proud of that.
And even like one of the VFX artists came out like on TikTok. He was like saying like, I was a VFX artist on The Flash and like. Yeah, we just did not have enough time, and he was saying like, if it looks like something was made in a week, it probably was.
Oh.
And I'm just like, God damn.
Oh, Nick Cage Superman looked like it was made.
No, dude. And then like,
and George Reeves.
Reeves and
yikes.
Fucking, like Christopher Reeves with fucking like
that was bad.
Supergirl. I was like, this is bad. Horrible. Like they literally could have gotten fucking Brandon Routh, dude.
Yeah. Like I can't believe.
Come on. Please face track over Brandon Routh, even if you really want.
Literally, I can't believe Will's favorite human on Earth, James Gunn, said it was the best superhero movie.
Here's how I'm coping with that. They just need to make money, dude. James Gunn's endorsement, like that's what I don't think he actually fucking means it.
No, dude. He had a gun behind his head when he tweeted that, bro.
Yeah, definitely. It's like that one. It's like every time Gunn is vague or says something like that, and I guess this is all speculation, so it's like definitely confirmation bias for me, right? Where it's like, oh, to fit my narrative, he's only lying here and here and here, but it is how I read it. It's like I think that like he's kind of has to say shit because the movies aren't out yet and they need to make money.
He's not going to come out and be like, this movie's shit.
Yeah, this is literally James Gunn's reaction when tweeting that, bro.
I do think that he maybe says a little too much sometimes, because like he didn't have to come out and say this is the best movie ever. But I do think they wanted him to. He
does seem sort of like an enthusiastic guy. Like every movie he works on, he's like, this is the best movie I've worked on. I've had such a blast. The cast is like the best I've ever worked with. He says it every time.
Yeah, he just likes his job. And that's fine. Like I also, even if he is just supporting it and he does believe it, that's okay. Because everyone's entitled to their opinion. And
a lot of people genuinely really loved The Flash.
Yeah, and thank God Gunn's work doesn't reflect any sort of like, it's not like he's like going to internalize The Flash and put it into any of his work.
I can't believe James Gunn shoehorned that George Clooney cameo in, and George Clooney's the new Batman. That's crazy.
I can't believe James Gunn directed that movie and put it out in theaters. That movie's shit. It's Gunn's Flash, dude. Haven't you heard? That's James Gunn's Flash, dude.
I still think I don't know if you guys have seen it. I still think that video is so fucking funny where he's on like the red carpet for The Flash. or I think it was either the Flash or like Shazam, and there's someone and a reporter like asked him about Ezra Miller, and the second he hears Ezra Miller, his smile just drops.
His face.
Ooh, Gunn?
Yeah,
Gunn.
And he's like, and they're like, are you just like, is Ezra Miller coming back? And he's like, we'll see.
He was having the time of his life until that shit.
Yeah, it was so fucking funny.
Ezra's not coming back. Ezra's not coming back, dude. They better just do Wally.
Oh God, bro!
I want them to do Wally.
Black Wally or Ginger Wally? Answer carefully, Will.
Mixed Wally, like you, Peyton.
Mixed.
All right. Ice Spice.
Get Ice Spice in there. Ice Spice. Cass Ice Spice is Wally. She's black. She's ginger. She's perfect.
Best of both worlds.
Everyone would hate that. Anyways, no, but like, so, dude, can you imagine though, like the fucking outrage from like conservatives, like fucking Snyder fans and shit if they cast Ice Spice as fucking Wally West, and like that would be insanely funny. That would be
she's
like
she's fucking twerking while she's running.
Yeah, dude, and you can hear her clap. You don't hear her footsteps. You just hear claps of her ass cheeks as she's like running. It's like sounds like super fast, like a helicopter. You see
fucking blue lightning bolts around her, bro.
Dude, she instead of like using her hand to grab things, she like vibrates her ass through like walls to grab them with her like butt cheeks. That'd be awesome. Throw enemies with them. Sorry,
what is that?
I'm having too much fun with this. Keep it in, please. Keep it in.
I'll keep it in.
Okay, good, dude. Yeah, everyone. When I'm big and my game's out and I'm making money, everyone's gonna be like, "Hey, did you know that he said this on this podcast?" Like, and he said a lot of things on this podcast.
He said some weird shit. Some of it's bleeped. I wonder what he said.
Oh, I wonder what he said. Someone's bleeped to make it sound like I said a racial slur. A lot of it is actually.
That's fucking crazy.
And all they have is the word of the two people of color on this podcast. Not mine.
Going back to the multiverse thing, I agree with both of y'all about that. I
just love how Torrent's like, anyways, let's get back to
I speak clapping cheeks like.
Okay, all right. Sorry, go ahead, Torrent.
But yeah, I agree with both of y'all. Like, with the multiverse thing, like it's something. I mean, like with Peyton, like I don't really necessarily like think it's a bad thing. Like I actually like, enjoy a lot of things because I'm a superhero guy. Like anything superhero is like I'm down to watch it, and but also like going in with the parallel of James Gunn's Sweet, you have to make the multiverse interesting for people to care about it. And I think one of the best ways the multiverse has been done in a way, from what I heard, in which I'll get to reading like very soon, is Invincible. Like I heard that Invincible does a great way of like doing the multiverse where like it's not like, it's not too convoluted, but they do it like in a way to where like it's meaningful to the story. And like with and I think with me, like I don't have a problem with the multiverse as well, is because like the multiverse is like in everything, especially like within comics. Like any big event, it's like a multiverse story. Oh, like this thing happened. Oh, yeah, it's because of the multiverse. And like a lot of the big things, a lot of like solo stories and like a lot of like big stories just have to do with like the multiverse. The multiverse has been around for decades.
Yeah, I'm rewatching Adventure Time right now, and they're doing multiverse stuff.
Yeah, like even like a fucking regular show, there's like multiverse stuff, and I think in Gumball as well.
Hey, I'm sending an image to the group chat. The biggest multiverse of all time, where every franchise connects to somehow through either degrees of separation, is Fortnite. Yeah, it's Fortnite. And I love Fortnite. Fortnite's like one of my favorite games ever. I'm gonna get so much shit for that, but yes, I fucking adore Fortnite. I think Fortnite also does it in a unique way where like it is it is a part of its story, and I think that it has like pretty cool lore too. But like it just, I love that it's just to the effect of like us as kids, like playing with our toys and smashing like Superman figures into our Lego Indiana Jones play sets, like just doing random shit like that. And so yeah, it's pretty cool. At least with Fortnite. In the case of Fortnite, I like that.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, like I think for me, like I'm not fatigued by like really anything because like I'm just not that type of person when it comes to like just media, and so yeah, like the multiverse, like I'm always, it just doesn't matter to me. Like I'm always gonna like really enjoy anything that has to do with the multiverse. But like like I said, I do agree that like there is an oversaturation with like most of these stories, but like you just got to do it like in a very like unique way for people to get interested.
Yeah, I think yeah, I do agree. I just want to say that, like, of course, Peyton, your take is it's like the most enlightened one, because I think like and you and Torin, I think like
the take I took from James Gunn.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's just the, I mean, because it's just not wrong. It's just true. It's just like for me though, and maybe it's just sort of the way that I internalize it, and that's kind of how everyone is. It's just sort of like, whether or not they're willing to acknowledge it. I am internalizing these negative experiences with these bad movies that involve the multiverse, and it is kind of like maybe by association, I'm kind of being unfair to multiverse is like a device, storytelling device on its own. But when I think about it, like, yeah, like I love Fortnite, fucking love Fortnite. I love Spider-Verse. I love Sonic Prime. I love comic books, which has been doing multiverse for so long. There are so many examples of fantastic multiverse stories. I think for me, I do think that it is fair of me to say though that for the MCU, which is the biggest thing in the world, I mean, it doesn't make as much money as Pokemon still, which is wild to me, but it's the biggest thing in the world, basically, still. I think that when its focus is multiverse, but it's also inconsistent with itself, and a lot of the bad examples of multiverse, whether it's through that inconsistency because of that or other things or just bad stories around it or whatever, when all of that is kind of coming from the MCU, it's like, and because it's so big and prevalent, you know what I mean? Like, it's easy to feel the fatigue. I think like it's kind of no wonder that people feel it. So I would never, I feel it, obviously. And I know you guys aren't blaming me for feeling it or anyone else, but if you're listening and you feel it, you're completely valid. But just kind of like listen to what Peyton said and just think about why you hate it, maybe, if you hate it,
Yeah, a lot of my issue, or not my issue, I guess, but like something that sort of bothers me is when people are like putting it mostly on Marvel Studios, when it's like, because people are like, oh, Marvel Studios, they keep doing all this multiverse shit, man, I'm so tired of the multiverse, Marvel and their multiverse. But really, between phase 4 and 5, there hasn't been that much multiverse stuff. Like, there was Loki, there was No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, and like and shit like that. But the large majority of stuff that's come out, whether She-Hulk, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, shit like that, it hasn't been
those things are also
related.
There's not a big focus on those things though. I think that like No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness are like prevalent in the minds of a lot of people. I think that like they have more of a cultural impact, at least, than like Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel, etc., because casuals and fans see No Way Home, they see whatever, you know what I mean, like Multiverse of Madness,
like Panther, Guardians of the Galaxy, Shang-Chi.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. But still, I think
but they're pushing those. They're pushing those specifically to be event films, and also Spider-Man's just the biggest character ever.
Yeah.
But like stuff that's coming up, like the only multiverse thing that's coming up is Loki, season 2, everything else is Echo, the Marvels, Blade, Ironheart, Secret Invasion's coming out, Agatha, Daredevil, Captain America, Thunderbolts.
The direction of the storytelling of the overarching thing that they're trying to hammer home, the connective tissue at the moment is the multiverse now, where it's like it's not even
sure,
like,
but I think it's a super loose connective tissue.
Yeah, because they're not doing it right, in my opinion. Like that's the thing. It's like they're introducing this as a connective tissue with Loki, and then they make it inconsistent by depicting it in a different way in Multiverse of Madness and in No Way Home, where it's just kind of like the way that it works is still like unclear to me, but like they're using this mechanic for these big event films, and like they're saying, you know, oh, they're showing Kang and things like that and Quantumania, and all the different Kangs, and it's like that's clearly, this is like what everything's leading up to, and right, like it's obviously not the bulk of the actual storytelling, but it's the common thread. And that's like, I think when also they go so far as to venture and say like, oh yeah, like the multiverse is big, like we're talking like other franchises big, we're talking like Fox, you know, eventually like Fox universe big, we're talking like Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man, and Tobey's big, where it's like, oh, so, you know, I don't know. I don't think it's a fair association to make that like the MCU, I don't think it's an unfair association that the MCU, it's not by virtue of the MCU just being like, oh my God, more Marvel Studios. I love MCU. So many of my favorite movies come from MCU, and I still think they consistently do make good movies. Even if it's more hit and miss lately. I think that as a mechanic, I don't think it should just be, like I said in the beginning, defaulted on as like something to just make it more interesting, but then not go and do anything really super special with it. And again, the exception in the MCU's case was No Way Home. And I thought Loki was pretty good too. In the way that they did it, but I don't know.
Well, I'm a shill, and I think honestly, I think Marvel Studios' biggest mistake was even calling it the Multiverse Saga. Yeah. Because then I think that put in people's heads, oh, it's going to be a bunch of the multiverse. But I think unless you're doing something that's super in depth into the and you're doing using a character that can do that, like Doctor Strange, like Deadpool, well, Spider-Man too, but like Doctor Strange was the catalyst for that. Like there's not a ton you can do without bringing in a character like Kang to actually, you know, push all of this, and that's coming in Kang Dynasty Secret Invasion. And I feel like this was kind of always the plan, to like do it super like back half heavy, and like it's like let's just introduce a bunch of characters phase 4, phase 5, and then the multiverse stuff actually starts to come into play. Obviously, that still like remains to be seen, but like it's not the audience's fault for assuming or expecting more connectivity, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. I feel like
I don't think we need more connectivity. I just think that I don't know. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no, not you, but that's the biggest thing I always see. Like, oh, it doesn't feel like it's leading to anywhere, which in my opinion, I don't really feel like it needs to. I think people just got used to the Infinity Saga, and like I think I'm really enjoying everything sort of in its own, doing everything. Everyone's sort of like doing their own thing right now. There doesn't have to be an Avengers movie every other year and shit like that. So like right. I'm fine with that, but yeah, again, like I get why people expect that, even though I think it's kind of unfair, and it sort of bleeds into like, because Avengers Endgame was so huge, people expect like the biggest things, and I don't know.
Yeah. I think like for me it's one of those things where it's like I already feel like, how to put this, they're calling the Multiverse Saga, which yes, they shouldn't maybe do that, but they are obviously trying to get people hyped for something later. Like the fact that to me it already does feel kind of unsaturated. I feel like, okay, if I take stock of the multiverse movies that we have, or stories from the MCU that are good, in my opinion, or that I enjoyed, it's Loki and No Way Home. And the others, I guess, Ant-Man 3, kind of, with Kang. And then Multiverse of Madness. Like, oh yeah, this is not like a ton, but they are kind of like big front-facing sort of things. It's kind of like, it's like a 50-50 track record for me. And even then, in the ones that I like the depiction of the multiverse in Loki and in No Way Home, they're inconsistent in my opinion. When I know, it's like you said, I am expecting it to be more like back heavy with multiverse stuff, but like, if that's the plan, and like you said, it's subject to change because of a lot of people talking about multiverse fatigue, maybe even, or things like Jonathan Majors or whatever. Like, for me, I'm kind of dreading it. Like, I don't really want so much multiverse in the future. I know Deadpool 3 is going to be a lot of fun with Wolverine and Deadpool, but I really hope that the multiverse aspect is like a third at most of the actual story, you know, like at most, or like it's like all happens in the front and the rest of it is like Deadpool and Wolverine like chilling, you know, or like doing shit. Because like if it's like everyone's expectation is like, it feels like the hype going into Doctor Strange, it feels like the hype going into No Way Home, where everyone's expecting so much and like everyone's excited about it, but then I feel it's like weird disconnect where it's like, maybe that's a little too much. Like, I don't know if we should want all of this stuff, you know, especially for it to be a focus. Unless Deadpool's going the route of like making fucking fun of multiverse movies, which it probably will. But I don't know. That's kind of what I'm feeling.
Yeah, well, it's like when it comes to Marvel Studios too, like, and not a lot of it has been multiverse, but because every other studio is also banking on the multiverse, it does feel like there's more than maybe there really is.
I think also it's like crossover culture too, because I think there's kind of an overlap where like it started with crossovers,
true, and
then they started calling it, like, even if things crossed over in the same universe, it still felt like a big deal because like you don't see these characters interact a lot. And then the multiverse is the next logical step of crossovers. It's just like more, you know, like, oh, now it's separate companies, like characters owned by other companies or characters that are owned by other studios coming together, you know?
Bro, I remember it was so hype when Sweet Life on Deck crossed over with Wizards of Waverly Place, which crossed over with Hannah Montana. That shit was crazy.
That's in the Fortnite chart.
That was the No Way Home of my day.
That's in the Fortnite chart. Bro. It is. If you look at it, yeah, in where it says Jesse and how Jesse is connected to Marvel, yeah, it's in that Jesse corner. Yep. That's Fortnite.
Crossovers were incredible.
Yeah, and obviously like the
first Avengers movie was seen as a crossover event.
Yeah,
because it's like look, all these people coming from their own movies to do the Avengers.
That stuff, the Jimmy Neutron, Timmy Turner Power Hour shit, like you know, also things just like, you know, a lot of people were just doing sequels and prequels too. Like it's like doing more with like storytelling devices, more and more, like things that are popular with like a lot of people. And of course, like, why wouldn't they be popular? Everyone likes to see, if there's more story to tell about something, we're going to want to see it. Or like more characters to interact, because obviously stories thrive on character interaction and progression and things like that. So like, yeah, like of course we want to see fucking Deadpool have a conversation with Batman. Like, who fucking wouldn't? It's just like, I think for me, the fatigue, maybe I shouldn't put it all into calling it multiverse fatigue. I think it's more just like the obsession that everyone has with crossovers, I don't really have anymore. Even though it was very hype, it's just like, you know, and I think everyone felt the same too. The drug wasn't strong enough, so they stronger drug is multiverse, but it's just not working for me because I feel like there is kind of a fair association between the two. I feel like it's a progression.
Yeah, and it's also a problem with studios just not understanding what audiences want.
Exactly.
I love Keaton, and I was super excited to see Keaton back, but I don't care about him interacting with Ezra Miller's version of the Flash.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see Michael Keaton's Batman interact with Christian Bale's Batman. That's what I want to see if we're doing a multiverse thing.
Yeah. And even then, like, when Keaton came back in Flash, it didn't feel super, like it was very flashy and very cool to see, but, like, he didn't have as much story or character moments as I wanted him to, personally.
Sure.
And, like, you know, I just think, it does definitely come down to the disconnect executives and studios have with
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers, big one, with their storytellers, and also hiring like the big aversion everyone has in Hollywood to hiring people who are fans of source material when they're adapting it. I can kind of understand you want a unique idea, you don't want or whatever, but at the same time, maybe looking at the source material, seeing what worked about it, seeing what didn't work, maybe is beneficial to you, and also that way you know maybe what you would like to retread and what you wouldn't, or how you would want to handle it differently. And I think that just, like, there's so many weird, arbitrary conceptions, notions, ideas, and rules executives sort of put in place on their storytellers because they think audiences feel a certain way about it, or they think something's too nerdy or weird or lame. It's like, you can't really go this far, you know? You don't want to go this far with it, or like, who cares? It's just a fucking superhero movie. Like, it doesn't need to be, like, that deep. And then just do this, or just have it up by then, you know? Like, who cares? Like, it doesn't need to be perfect. Like it's a fucking superhero movie. Like, I think that ultimately you're preventing creatives from doing the thing that they want to do anyway, which is make your movie as good as possible. They don't even need all your money to do it all the time. They just need the time and the fucking allowance, like not allowance in terms of financial fucking allowance, but like they need to have your permission to just do the best they can. I just hate it. I hate how much fucking red tape there is. And you hear it all the time. It's not like speculation or conjecture anymore. It's just like the shit sucks. Like, the environment sucks, and only directors who have proven themselves outside of these mediums, like in superheroes and things like that, are able to come in and kind of have their control creatively. Unless there's like an exception, you know, like you look at like Edgar Wright. He was big before Ant-Man. He left still, but like, he's a huge reason why Ant-Man 1 is as great as it is. You know, the DNA is still there. But yeah, sorry, y'all get my point. James Mangold, what the fuck? It sounded like I said mid-gold, what the fuck? James Mangold. I haven't seen Indiana Jones, so it could be mid. I don't know.
I loved it.
I gotta see it. I'm very excited still. I love that Sound of Freedom made more money. Oh, sorry, that's another tangent. Anyways, let's keep going. If that's your stuff. That was the point I wanted to make. I did a huge ramble.
Yeah, I thought it was bold of them to do the multiverse in Indiana Jones.
They did what now?
Anyway.
Oh, you're a funny slut.
No, they didn't. Imagine. So that's the topic. That's the topic, which means it's time to move on to what we watched. Yeah, so we all watched.
Jerking off.
No, jeez. Time to move on to what we watched. We all watched My Adventures with Superman. It's good stuff.
If you hate that show, you're fucking soulless.
It's really good.
Yeah, like everyone who's like, oh god, they like woobified this and like, oh, this show looks so bad. Like, shut the fuck up. It's so cute.
Can't believe they made it an anime. Ew.
Also, okay. Also, I was wondering how, fuck, the guy who plays Huey, I always forget his name. Jack Quaid. Yeah, I was kind of apprehensive because like, is he really Superman? But no, he's perfect. He's so good. He's awesome.
Jackman is popping off this year, dude. Bro, Superman he was in Oppenheimer.
I love how huge
Boys.
they made him compared to Lois.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's for the size difference kings. It's for the size difference boys and girlies like me. Every relationship's a size difference when you're 6'4", like me.
Bro flexed.
Like I said, Isabella Merced, if you're listening to this, I'm here.
No, but like Lois is fucking fantastic. I was expecting. I didn't really know what to expect from Lois in the show, but like, she's fantastic. Love the little redesign. She's Asian, right?
I would not doubt that she is.
I'm pretty sure she's
No.
Asian in the show.
I don't know.
I think she is.
Like Southeast Asian?
I don't know, man. She's Asian.
Like, you're getting real specific because you said she's Filipino just now.
I don't think that's what I said at all.
Why did you say that she's Vietnamese?
So you don't have the control of the edit. So I
you're gonna cut it and make it sound like I'm saying she's Filipino, she's Vietnamese, whatever.
probably.
She could be though. She could also be like anything.
I could
that they
take
want to make
clips. I could take little snippets from other episodes and make you say racial slurs.
Oh my god.
Ooh, or I can take everything you said in this podcast, put it through an AI, and just make you say
Yeah.
anything.
That's what I was gonna say. Which, yeah. Anyways, I love the Sailor Moon transformation for Superman. Super cute. That should be the default.
Yeah, it was
It
great.
really should.
It's like, because I'm caught up. I've seen the 4 episodes that are out right now. It's like they do a different anime trope in each episode.
That's cute.
It is.
It's so cute. It's such a. I also think that they capture the spirit of like Clark in an
Absolutely.
interesting contemporary way. Yeah, it's just like it's so funny how like I remember the Dark Ages where like there was only evil Superman before Superman and Lois. Like you know where we only had Snyder's Superman, which to a lot of people just wasn't it. And then everything else was just evil. And like, sure, Invincible's great. The Boys is amazing, but like, it's so great.
I think evil
that now,
Superman works when it's not actually Superman.
Yes, exactly. Well, Kingdom Come is good though. He's not evil. He's just morally
That's different.
vague and gray. But you know, like yeah, I love now that we have my interest with Superman and Lois. Superman and Lois is so peak. We have Superman Legacy coming up, like renaissance for arguably the best superhero ever. And in my opinion, him and Spider-Man are the 2 superheroes that transcend the medium as not only the best comic book characters or superheroes, but some of the best fictional characters, period. I think that they're incredible.
Sure.
Yeah.
I wish they would stop fucking up Spider-Man in the comics, though.
Yeah, no, they're like literally like he's just taking back shots from the writers. Like,
Will, are you seeing what they're doing?
Yeah, yes.
Good God, man.
The last thing I saw, the last thing I saw was the shit with Paul. Okay, did they do anything worse?
Did they do anything worse? Well,
Since Paul.
Well, the thing is, the kids at
Oh no.
The kids died. Like they're gone. They're not even like real. I don't even know what happened to Paul, but then like they killed off Miss Marvel.
I saw that, but she's coming back, and
She's coming back.
Marvelani's
Yeah,
writing.
she's coming back. Yeah, which is cool. And then now they're just turning Peter into a goblin. Which
Was she like pregnant?
who?
Ms. Marvel when she died?
No, I don't know.
I have no
Okay,
idea.
why did I hear that from somewhere? Wait, so who turned into Green Goblin?
Peter's
Peter's turning into a goblin. Some
Why?
way, somehow. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. No one knows, bro. It makes no sense. And Zeb Wells is like, it sets up the next 24. Oh my God.
I love how Nick Spencer had like a great run with Spider-Man, and the artist who did Invincible, like they were both great.
I just need this to be retconned like immediately.
Look, I'm just glad that I love that now we're in a spot where we're basically begging for Dan Slott to come back with Superior Spider-Man. And I love and for me that's great because I love Superior Spider-Man. I still hate Dan Slott's Peter stories for them. Not really all of them. I hated his all new, all different Spider-Man. I hate rich billionaire Peter Parker. I fucking despised it. I guess he wrote it the best he could because Superior set it up or whatever, but that was still his setup. Anyways, but like I just love how we've reached like a new low since then, and like we're in a story that's worse than One More Day.
Who thought it'd be possible?
I know, and it's but you know, thank God we have the games. Like that's comic Peter now. That's definitive Peter Parker is the video games now. Like fuck it.
But when it's gonna get retconned so fast. Something's gonna happen that they're gonna erase it.
I don't know. I don't understand. Editorial has to know that everyone fucking hates it, right?
Yeah, but I'm sure it's like a contractual thing. I don't know.
Well, it's weird because those contracts are so fickle though. Because like, and they have been for so long. Where like writers will come in, do their contract, like Tom King with Batman. Okay, that was a big one. He had much more planned for Batman. And DC cut him because everyone didn't like it. But even his run on Batman was like way less controversial than the new Spider-Man shit. Like I love how like killing Alfred and like having Batman almost get married to Selena Kyle and it not work based on like some stupid shit is like somehow less controversial than what we're facing now with Spider-Man. I love that. I'm so glad I'm not reading the Spider-Man right now.
Be glad.
Too much negativity in my life.
Horrendous stuff.
You should just wake up and be like, oh, it was all a dream. Or just have like Franklin Richards wake up and just say that the past like 6 months, the past like 2 years were just Franklin Richards' dream.
That'll be way better than anything that's coming out right now with that shit, dude. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, all right, let's move on.
I watched The Fabelmans.
Oh, is it good?
The Steven Spielberg movie about Steven Spielberg.
Is it good?
It is good.
Is it great?
I think I gave it like an 8 out of 10.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. At first, because I'm familiar with Steven Spielberg's movies, but as a person, no idea, no clue about Steven Spielberg. So I looked up some stuff after I saw the movie, and that put some stuff in context because I thought the movie ended a bit abruptly, but after doing a little research, I'm like, oh no, that makes sense.
It was once just giant ego stroke, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or that he just assumed everyone like would know about his backstory.
Yeah.
Was it really?
No.
Okay. I was just being a silly bitch.
No, but like doing research, I was surprised because obviously Steven Spielberg based it on his own life, but I thought that's exactly what it was just going to be. It was like, oh, this is just based on me, but it's not me. You know what I mean? But looking stuff up and some interviews and stuff like that, it's pretty damn accurate to what it's basically a biopic about him. Basically, it might as well be.
Wait, I need to say a really funny story after you're done. I have a really funny story to tell.
I am done.
Okay. A Star is Born. When I first saw that movie, I knew nothing about it. I didn't know there were any other things. I thought it was literally a biopic about Lady Gaga that she was just starring herself until like the third act.
Like, wait, this isn't Lady Gaga.
Literally.
This isn't Lady Gaga.
I was like, they just named her something else. I literally thought it was like a biopic.
It's weird how they just didn't give her the name Lady Gaga when it's Lady Gaga.
Okay, thank you for doing your fucking Alan Tudyk fucking Clayface. Yes, you're doing Clayface.
That was not an impression though. I do love the way he says it though.
Yeah, I know, because you're millennial fucking Pop Funko Redditor. Yeah. Anyways, listen. That movie still made me sob uncontrollably at the end. I do remember really liking it. Cried on the way home. Can I spoil it for you?
I don't care.
There's a suicide.
Nice.
That's why it's so sad. Bradley Cooper kills himself.
Not Rocket.
Yeah, not Rocket. Yeah. Oh, it's on a digital.
He was doing the Rocket move. He was doing the Rocket voice the entire time.
He did the Rocket voice. He said, I'm done running. And then he killed himself. Sorry.
Oh, no.
So, content warning, suicide.
Oh, no. I also saw The Nice Guys.
Boring.
The Nice Guys. Shane Black film starring that one guy and me.
Did Torrance just tell me to shut up?
Yeah.
I've never seen Nice Guys. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, it's Russell Crowe, starring Russell Crowe and me. I'm really good in it. It's a Shane Black film.
Oh, you got the whole squad laughing there.
I am the squad.
Yes.
But no, Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, and it's just a damn good time. You know who's in Ryan Gosling's character has a daughter in it, and I'm watching the movie. I'm like, his daughter looks so fucking familiar. I'm like trying to rack my brain, and it always annoys me when I can't fucking figure it out. So I had to pause the movie and look it up. And I was like, who is this girl? And it's fucking Betty from Spider-Man, the MCU trilogy. Betty Brant.
Oh, Betty Brant.
Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, that is her. Why she look
Grace
so?
Moretz.
I was like,
I'm kidding.
I was like, why does she look so young here? You know, and I'm looking her up, and she was born in 2001, so she's what, 22?
Yeah.
And I'm like, she's 22. She's basically our age. Why does she look so young? And then I realized that the movie came out in 2016, and I was like, that's not that long ago. Why does she look so young?
She's 15, dude.
I know. I did the math, and I was like, oh no.
Listen, brother. Isabella Merced, you're 22 as well, and everything comes back to you. Just hit me up.
Jesus.
I can pick you up, probably, like, physically, easily.
Please God. But yeah, The Nice Guys was a great film. Torrin likes it.
I don't care.
You should care. It's on Netflix. For anyone curious. I think The Fabelmans is on Showtime, but no one has that shit. Let's be honest. I also saw Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning.
Heard it was shit.
Who said that?
I'm just kidding. I heard it was like... I heard that if the second movie's bad, though, the first one will be bad. Like, in retrospect. Because it's a two-parter, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, because usually I'm not like... It's like saying if Return of the Jedi is bad, then Empire's also bad. In that case, I don't think that's true. I think Empire is standalone enough. But in Mission Impossible's case, it's not only is it or will it be connected enough, it's so tied to the next one that if the next one this one will,
as in like it's like the next act of the story
essentially.
Yeah. You saw it. I see it. You've seen it. You're welcome. You're welcome.
The whole idea of like the second one like being make or break all hinges on the antagonist. And
Karen Fukuhara?
No.
I'm sorry, Palm Clementieff.
No. She's an antagonist, but she's not the antagonist.
Oh.
But speaking of Palm Clementieff, she's fucking fantastic in this and deserved more screen time.
She's so hot.
You are so down bad. God damn.
I'm sexually frustrated, guys.
No, but it's a fantastic film. I don't think it's as good as Mission Impossible Fallout. You just can't beat Henry Cavill's like just gorgeous mustache. You just can't. But yeah, I thought Fallout was better. I also think Ghost Protocol is probably better, but it's a solid third place in my opinion in the Mission Impossible franchise. But if that next one,
it was James Bond.
If that next one don't do good.
It wishes it was as good as James Bond.
But there's three antagonists in the film. There's Palm Clementieff, and there's two other ones. And I won't be specific on the two other ones because of spoilers. But one of them is this semi-older guy. And it's semi-older guy. He's probably like the same age, maybe even younger than Tom Cruise. But he looks older because he doesn't do plastic surgery. But he looks so familiar. It's sort of like The Nice Guys. I was like, why does this guy look so familiar? And it was bugging me. Couldn't do it during the theater because that'd be rude. But like I looked it up after, and he's fucking Deathstroke from Titans. I was like, oh shit. That's why he looks familiar, and why he's also
no one else.
He's also very good.
I'm sorry.
You're such an ass.
I'm sorry. I just this is how I mess with my friends. I love you. Sorry.
S.I. Morales. S.I. Morales. That's
That is definitely not how you say it, but we're going to run with it. Rewatched Fist of Fury starring Bruce Lee. That's his best movie, in my opinion. It's fantastic. It's so
Bruce Lee's best movie was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Dude, I remember seeing that movie and I got so pissed.
I was pissed too. I
remember being so pissed.
I like that movie, but I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm mad.
I thought that part was like okay, but also, I do like the movie. I do, but I've kind of also, as time went on, I've been feeling more and more comfortable at the ending, and I think it's because like it's just two grown men like killing teenagers. Like
that's
I don't
the
really
best
like
thing
that.
about it.
They're teenagers, they're kids. Like, it's a little weird.
Murderers.
Yeah, but they're children.
Murderer
And they're being beaten
children.
brutally. Yeah, no, I don't know. I just can't. Like the two
exactly.
white
It's comical.
men. It is comical. It's very absurd. I really do like the movie a lot. That part is just like what the fuck. Quentin Tarantino says it's his favorite movie he's ever made.
Every director says that. Whatever the
No.
Is.
He said that it changes every time he people ask him. But like he settled recently on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Whatever he says, I don't believe him.
Look, his best movie is always Inglourious Basterds, so he's wrong. Django is a close second.
Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs is good. It's better than Hateful Eight. Hateful Eight's mid as fuck.
Disagree.
I don't care what anyone says. It's fucking ass.
Love Hateful Eight.
It's so dialogue heavy. It sucks.
Exactly.
It's just too much.
So good. Anyway, but like, fuck, what was it? Oh yeah, my least favorite part of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was one, the Bruce Lee thing, but also the weird underage bitch in the car with Brad Pitt. It just made me uncomfortable. Yeah. I mean, that's the point. But like, I was just like,
Yeah, no, yeah. What's it called? Yeah, Bruce Lee thing, it still rubs me the wrong way, but that's just because I'm a fucking, I love Bruce Lee.
Okay, what I watched, I'm gonna make this fucking quick and brief. I watched The Bear, My Adventures with Superman, Superman and Lois, and Barbenheimer. That's it.
Oh, that's right. You caught up on Superman and Lois.
Yes, I did.
And
it's fucking
Onomatopoeia is the best character.
Onomatopoeia was pretty cool.
Yeah, the design kind of sucked, but I love Onomatopoeia, so.
And Tor, you thought it was peak?
Yeah,
it's peak.
That shit's peak.
Peak. Okay. Favorite album of all time is System of a Down's self-titled album. It's fire. I think it has like an energy that like no other music I've ever listened to can even come close to. It's just so like off the walls. It's wired, and it's just so fucking like. And it's also, I don't know. It's fantastic. System of a Down's entire discography is totally unskippable for me. I can listen to the whole thing in one sitting. Another album that is super important to me is Sempiternal by Bring Me the Horizon. It was like formative for a lot of middle schoolers my age back when it came out. You know, I still listen to it though. It was not like a phase that I grew out of, and honestly, like Bring Me the Horizon continued to like evolve as well as like a group, and like consistently makes really good shit. I think recently they just collabed with like Lil Uzi Vert on I think it's Pink Tape.
Pink Tape, yeah.
Yeah, and it was fire.
Werewolf is a good song, man.
So good, man. Werewolf is great. And you know, Lil Uzi Vert was on Amen. Wow.
I mean, I haven't even like listened to like. I mean, I've heard the snippet, but like the first part of like the Pink Tape was just not hitting for me so far. But I mean, I know Werewolf.
Oh, people do say the back half's better than the first half.
Yeah, I like. For me, I was just there for Baby Metal and Bring Me the Horizon features. So.
Oh, what about the Chop Suey cover?
There was a cover.
You didn't see that? It's called CS on the album. Yeah, check it out.
Okay, I'll listen to it. Don't say anything. Because I love System of a Down, and I like that song has been covered to hell and back. Oh, also, Falling in Reverse covered Last Resort by Papa Roach, and it's fire. It's so good. It's like completely different. It's like super emotional and like cinematic almost. It's so fucking good. And then I'll do one more album. Like as in like a formative album, I guess, or one of my favorite albums ever. Dear Agony by Breaking Benjamin is so good. And like I get a lot of shit for liking Breaking Benjamin. Because it's like, I don't know. A lot of people in like the fucking like metal community think it's like basic, which is really weird and annoying. To me, I can see it too. But like, I love Breaking Benjamin. Their songs still hit like really hard for me, emotionally. Like they scratch an itch for me.
Yeah.
Ben Burnley is insane on the vocals, and I wish that they drop a new album. It's been since 2018. Like, please God.
Collab with Starset.
Yes, they did, and it was great. It was an unusual collab in the sense of like it was more the sounds collided. It was like I don't think Ben was on the vocals at all, but it was really good. I need to listen to CS as soon as this podcast is over.
It's interesting. I actually kind of feel bad for him because
is he getting hate?
Oh yeah, but so like Lil Uzi, I'm not a fan of his music, but like he clearly respects rock and metal as a genre.
Yeah. For you, Lil Uzi Vert, a Rob Zombie poster,
which actually there's a surprising amount of crossover between like rap fans and rock fans, or like rap artists and rock artists. Like they clearly respect each other, but clearly Lil Uzi like shows it on his sleeve, right? And so he did that Chop Suey cover, and he's getting hate from rap fans because they're like, what the fuck is this like weird rock shit? And he's getting hate from rock fans. They're like, what is this weird rap cover of this rock song?
Okay.
And in my opinion, I'm not going to say anything. Actually, you should listen to it.
Yeah, I'll give you all my thoughts. I have it pulled up right now, so I will listen to it. And I'll leave with one last thing. Classic Jack is a really good artist, and they're like really new on the scene. And if you like metalcore, they're different and they're really interesting, and they have like no listeners, which is insane to me. They're really good. And that's all I'll say. I'm done.
All right, last thing for me and Torrin, I guess. We watched Barbenheimer. Barbenheimer is so sick. Torrin and I did a double feature. We watched
as gay lovers.
Yes, we watched Oppenheimer first and then Barbie. A great time. Oppenheimer was incredible. Torrin gave both movies 5 stars.
Okay.
I did not.
I want to know your opinions on this. I have not seen it yet, and it won't affect the way I view the movie one way or another. This was like the only review I saw on this, and maybe it's like a highly optic, like weird rad lib take. But someone reviewed it and was like, "Oh, it should have just been a musical exploring Barbie Land, and like a corporate entity doing feminism is a joke," is what they said. How do you feel about that?
They're saying that's what the movie said, or that's what the...
No. They're saying that the movie trying to do feminism, even though it's like Mattel, like Barbie, like it's like a corporate product doing feminism. They said it was a joke, but like all films are corporate products at the end of the day.
So it wasn't feminist enough.
Yeah, or like it was like insincere, I guess.
Sure.
Disingenuous feminism from his perspective.
Okay, see, my thing with that is like, my thing with that is like, it's like when The Boys was like shitting on like Disney and big studios like that. Meanwhile, they're produced by Amazon.
Right.
It's like, it's awkward, but at the same time, how else are they going to produce this show and get that message out? It's kind of just... Well, it's also from the writer. It's not like it's the writer's fault.
Exactly.
It's not like
the writers are being disingenuous.
Unfortunately, the only way to get this out there and produced is by one of these big studios that you're criticizing. So it's like it's. I get what they're saying, but no, it was
capitalism. It's just capitalism. Which is, just is what it is.
As far as like the whole corporate aspect, I didn't think was executed as well as it could have been. Specifically, not Will Ferrell's character, like Will Ferrell and his posse. That whole entity, I thought could have been done better, in my opinion. But I thought the movie was really, really great. Honestly, I thought they were going to spend a lot more time in the real world. I was pleasantly surprised. That they didn't. So,
oh, I can't wait, Dan. I can't wait.
yeah, obviously, I think, in my opinion, standout. Obviously, Margot Robbie is fantastic. She always is. Ryan Gosling fucking killed it. All the Kens, really, but like Ryan Gosling was so good. Dude,
I can't wait. Have you seen how some of like the weird, like deranged things he said during the marketing of this?
Yeah.
Or like he just says like random words and like they just string together a sentence and you kind of get what he's saying, but it's like, why the hell is that happening in your brain? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll have to send you an example if you don't.
Kinda.
He's like, someone was like, how do you know when you found your Ken? And he told her like, well,
oh yeah,
if you drop something,
yeah. And he picks it up for you and whatever, and it walks away without
that's your Ken. Yeah. And then they have like such a weird, awkward interaction.
Yeah, because she drops it and he picks it up and walks away.
Yeah, he knew he was doing it for the bit. He turned around, but like it was still.
Yeah,
that wasn't the one though. There was one where it was like, what the fuck did he say? Like.
Well, because he's been on fire for the market because he's talking about like Kenergy is something that needs to be like,
oh yeah,
explained, or like we don't have the we don't have the budget to get into it or whatever.
Yeah, no, Ryan Gosling has been killer for the marketing, and the Ken song was a very cool to hear.
Yeah, I tried to. Torrin and I tried to avoid everything at like all costs. We wanted to go like completely blind, right, Torrin?
Yeah.
Torrin, which movie did you like more?
Which one do I like more? I'm gonna have to say Barbie because it's something that I don't have to rewatch for. I kind of get the message.
It's digestible.
Yeah.
It's also an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Instead of 3 hours.
And I feel like whenever I do rewatch Oppenheimer, there's gonna be a lot more to take in. I mean, so far, like I love the score. I love like the look and how detailed it was. For like not only like Oppenheimer's life, but like you also see like like the point of view from like Robert Downey Jr.'s character Louis Strauss, which is pretty cool too. You see like the trial that he's under. There's stuff going on, with like World War II, the whole
Roderick's in it.
Yeah, he's in it for like
2 seconds,
minute max. Yeah, like a minute max. Fucking Will Stronghold from Sky High's in it for like 2 seconds. Oh
shit! I love that Christopher Nolan basically admitted that he watched Roderick Rules too.
Yeah, I was telling Peyton, I didn't really check out like Christopher Nolan like in interviews or anything like that, but like after watching Oppenheimer, it seems that like he does have like more of like a personality to me, and so like it's funny just like hearing him say like Roderick rules, and it was just something that I never would hear him say.
Yeah, it's interesting because I mean he is just like kind of he's rich, but he's like a guy, and he's just making art that he's making. It's just like he has like a caliber associated with him or whatever. I wanted to ask 2 things from you both. I know, Torrin, I know you've been sitting here for forever. I just been really wanting to know, is the movie, for me, what I want is a movie that is like, not like horror in like horror movie way, but I want to be like existentially burdened, like cosmically watching it. Is it that?
No, like, yeah, it goes like really in depth of like, because okay, so like basically they're making the atomic bomb or whatever, and like after they're doing what they're doing, like you feel the guilt and like the crises that follows after with Oppenheimer, and even the end, like the ending, it makes you like think because of like like what happens like later on in life. So, yeah, it will like make you like dread like what's going on.
I was surprised how much after the atomic bomb there was, because based on the trailer, I assume it was just going to be all about making the atomic bomb and shit like that.
Yeah,
the Nazis have a bomb, but like no, there's a lot. Actually, most of the point of the movie is after the atomic bomb. It goes through the the making of it and all that, but it mostly talks about the aftermath and the morality behind it. And yes, it like filming the way it's filmed, there's a little bit of horror in it, but like you said, it's mostly sort of that existential dread sort of feeling. Yes, it's definitely like, that.
And they'll kind of like, because like when you think about it in real life, I mean, it sets in that like we were, before we could predict weather accurately, we basically harnessed something more powerful than the sun to kill people.
Yep.
En masse.
Yep.
That's, I think, evil. And I think like a real great evil. And I think like, I don't know, I'm just so excited to like feel worse by watching this movie. You know what I mean?
It was phenomenal.
And it's also like when you're watching the movie, like of course, like if you're not like really like into like history or whatever, like some people do think that like Oppenheimer is a bad guy, but it shows in this movie that like he's just a person who like he just like wanted to like work for like what was good for humanity. And you see that there's other like there's other antagonists.
It also shows how maybe he's not like he's not like it's not like ooh, Oppenheimer's the best, he's a great guy. It shows both sides basically.
Because I didn't want like a oh woe is me, I made the like what I mean, oh poor me. But
it does that, but
it guilt thing.
It does that, but it doesn't. The movie is not like, please feel bad for Oppenheimer. It's like Oppenheimer feels bad for himself. You don't necessarily want, and it shows other characters. I don't want to get too specific, but it handles it very, very well, in my opinion.
The last question is, does it benefit from not using CGI? And how well does it benefit?
I mean, like for this film, like I think this is Nolan's best film, like with practical effects. Like, of course, there was minimal CGI, and I could probably, once I watch it again, I could probably tell which scenes were used CGI with. But other than that, like the practical effects are all there. Like, and you see it too. Like, you definitely see it, like with them making the bomb, how it explodes, of course, and like everything else.
Okay. And it like, do you think that the visual length, this is a very abstract thing to nail, but I feel pretty confident talking to you guys about it because y'all like movies. Do you think that the visual language like basically have been worse off or like altered negatively had they made those explosions CGI?
Nah, to be honest,
or does it really not matter?
I don't think it matters. I think we're so good now at making CGI explosions, it wouldn't have made a fucking difference, to be honest with you.
It's just a matter of fact of like, because it's Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, like he wants everything to be as real as possible.
He wants all these things to be practical.
The art behind it, it is unique.
It definitely shows, because so basically in the movie they're making the home base in New Mexico. And so if fucking Christopher Nolan can spend 2 years growing a cornfield, I don't doubt he can fucking build some real ass buildings for them to like shoot in, for the bomb.
Yeah, they're touting like, oh, it's like there's no like barely any CGI used, but again, other than the bomb itself, it's just everything takes place in a bunch of rooms.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured what I meant is like was the explosion, did it feel somehow like more palpable because it wasn't CGI? Like, I guess that is the big part.
Not really.
Okay.
But it's like it was still incredible, but it's not like, whoa, it looks real. It wasn't.
If you watch it in AVX, do you actually get radiation poisoning?
I wish.
Imagine fucking watching that shit the 4DX chairs.
Yes, dude, you walk away with a tumor. Already. instantly. It's like a gamble. It's like, which cancer did you get? And depending on the cancer you got, you get a prize when you walk out of the theater.
I really want to go see it in 70 millimeter IMAX.
Oh yeah,
that's what I want to do.
Does Palladium support that?
No, it's only the only theater that does it in Texas is AMC downtown. The AMC.
Oh,
yeah, AMC.
Dude, AMC theaters suck. That's interesting. AMC theaters usually really suck.
Because of course, you know, you have like, there's like different options on like Fandango, because you have like the premium large format, which is like what we saw in Casablanca. And then, of course, you have IMAX, and you have like the 70 millimeter IMAX, and like you have like all this other shit too.
You saw a Blue Beetle suit at Casablanca. I saw you on your stories.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Was it hot?
It was.
Yeah.
Was it cum dumpster worthy?
Maybe.
Cum guzzlingly
technically,
good?
it was in a jar, so.
It was in a jar. It was in a jar. Think about that. Let's all have a moment of silence for that. Okay. All right. I've been enjoying this on too long. But, I missed y'all.
I'd give Barbie an 8, but I could see it going to a 9 for me, and I'd give Oppenheimer a 9, and I can easily see it going to a 10.
Okay. Cool.
And Torn gave it both 10s, so.
Yes.
Because he's a shill.
Torn's just easy to please, yeah.
Of course I'm easy to please.
A knuckle dragging, easy to please.
Will, you'll love Barbie, because specifically in the beginning of the film, so much feet, man.
Really?
So much feet. It's like Tarantino made it, man.
Torn, can you confirm?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of feet shots.
From women and men alike?
Pretty much just Margot Robbie.
She has some of the best feet in the world. So, did you see that on the press tour? She was like, "Oh, like it is actually very nice that people appreciate my feet."
Yes, I did see that.
And she was like being very like sincere.
Yeah, it was like I'm flattered people like my feet. I guess it's like. Well, I guess maybe you didn't go deep enough, Margot.
No, I think she knows. I think she knows.
She probably.
I think she knows.
I feel a part of me feels like she is weirded out, but she doesn't want to say it. I don't know. That's me projecting.
The Harley Quinn scene in Suicide Squad is one of the best things James Gunn has ever given to me.
Although I guess if she was really uncomfortable, she probably wouldn't do it as much as she does.
Yeah, no, she wouldn't. It's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's in Suicide Squad, and now Barbie. And like, I gotta say, I think
maybe?
Wolf of Wall Street. Yes, her feet were out in that movie as well.
Babylon.
Yeah, man. Dude, I always think about she was able to. Apparently, she actually did the stunt in Suicide Squad with her foot.
Imagine being that actor. Woman. Lucky. Okay, we are dragging this. We gotta end it. Is that the show?
That is the show, guys.
All right, join us next week for top 10 feet. All right, join us next week for a foot-centric
Margot
podcast.
Robbie's number one. That's
we will be filming in person, showing off our feet for the camera. If you watch YouTube, it will be paywalled behind the Patreon, so please make sure to subscribe to our Patreon if you want to see access to our real feet. If you have any suggestions, mail our inbox at which feet you prefer, and we will take those into consideration. We might do a fan ranking, and we'll send one lucky winner a foot
mold
pussy with a foot, with a pussy is in the sole of the foot. One of those toys. All right, thank you.
That part's getting
the whole part is getting cut.
No.
Yes.
Oh, fuck
yes.
You. I don't know. So upset by that.
I'll figure it out. Thank you, everyone, for listening to Avengers Podcast. If you want to follow us, we're at Avengers on X, I guess. Did you see that?
Girl, bye. Hopefully, that's going to change by like next week. I guarantee it.
I hope so. But that's AVENGE nerds, all one word. If you want to follow either one of us, you can reach me at @Zenith_ on X or Zenith PLP on Threads.
Threads is better than Twitter.
Is it though?
It is.
I think it can be. They really need to add a few features. But
Instagram's just the best.
Oh,
it is. Come on.
No.
Yeah, it is.
You're an Instagram boy.
You can do everything on it. Stories is the most important thing in the world on Instagram. Snapchat's the worst.
Anyway, where can they reach y'all?
On X videos, you can reach me. I'm just kidding. Just don't reach me. Just listen to me on the podcast. Please don't engage with me in any other way.
Did you see that on Twitter? It's like on the App Store. It's like it says Twitter by X Corp. Like bro thinks he's Lex Luthor or some shit. Like I don't. What the fuck, man?
Where can they find you, Torin?
Yeah, where do they find you?
At Tornya on Instagram and Threads.
He's so done. All right.
All right. We also have a Discord if you'd like to join the conversation there. Those will be linked in the show notes. You can also check out our links here for any additional links you may be interested in. You can also review the show on Apple Podcasts. If you leave 5 stars in a review, it would really help us out. Thanks again for listening to the Avengers Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Love y'all.